Today we have part 3 of the story with the headline, Backtrailing on the Old Frontiers. The subheadline says, Tragedy stalked the elbows of men who discovered rich mines of the West. There are few exceptions to the rule, declare old prospectors. Today's installment is entitled, Found $20 Million Gulch. It says, July 1st, 1864. Uncle Johnny Cowan, Reginald Stanley, D.J. Miller, and D.J. Crabb were returning to Virginia City, Montana, after a discouraging prospecting trip in the Big Belt Mountains, when they came upon a gulch that gave promise of containing placer gold. They decided to make their last cast of fortune's dice there and sank a shaft in the bed of the creek, which they named Last Chance. They struck colors, and in 4 years' time, gold of the value of $20 million was mined there. 3 of the 4 members of the party died paupers. Stanley lived to an old age and ended his days in comfort in England. Bill Fairweather, discoverer of Elder Gulch, Montana, in May 1863, whose pick tapped a stream that yielded $100 million in gold, lies in an unmarked grave at Virginia City, Montana, within a few miles of where he and 5 companions drove their discovery stakes. Only one of the 6 had any money at the end. This was Tom Cover, one of the original owners of the town site of Riverside, California. One of the marked exceptions to the rule of prospectors who died poor is former Senator W.A. Clark of Montana. In Jeff Davis Gulch in Beaverhead County, Montana, are the ruins of a log cabin built some 60 years ago. One would pass it without a second look, but in this cabin in the early 60s lived Senator Clark, when his wealth consisted of a few hundreds of dollars, instead of his present hundreds of millions. Nearby, Clark shoveled gravel into the sluice boxes from morning to night. He was elected first recorder of the mining district. The oldest deed in Montana was drawn in connection with the sale of a mining claim in the Gulch, which bears Senator Clark's signature. It bears a date in July 1863. Clark is one of the very few gold prospectors who became fabulously wealthy. At the age of 82, he is vigorous and active, and the most notable living pioneer of the early western gold camps. In Sunset Hill Cemetery, on a hill overlooking the city of Bozeman, Montana, a plain marble slab bears the following inscription: In memory of Henry T.P. Comstock, discoverer of the famous Comstock Lode, Story County, Nevada, died at Bozeman, September 27, 1870, aged 50 years. Beneath this piece of marble lies all that is mortal of the body of one of those adventurers of the early western gold camps, whose pick tapped vast streams of golden wealth in mountain gulches, and who usually died in squalor and misery, victims of the lurid life of the mining camps. On the date given on the slab of marble, perished by his own hand, friendless and penniless, the man whose name is borne by the richest gold and silver-bearing lode the world has ever known, the famous Comstock Lode of Virginia City, Nevada, which produced more than $350 million for its owners, and which was immortalized by Mark Twain in his story Roughing It. This story came from the great state of Montana, being reported in the Helena Daily Independent of November 19, 1922. Thank you for joining us today. If you want to continue to uncover all of America's lost and forgotten history, then remember before you leave to hit the subscribe button, hit the notification bell, and remember to like and comment below. And we will see you next time on Americana Archives.